Mississippi River and the skyline of New Orleans. As beautiful as ever on this terrific night in the Big Easy. And a good Thursday evening to you. 2K Sports presents the NBA. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing from DA along the sideline all game long. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thank you. Last season with the Pelicans, Brandon Ingram became a star. Often his own toughest critic, Ingram said, "My motivation is being the best I can be. I can't be perfect, but if I do all I can, I think I can be close to perfect." Kevin, he's putting in the work to get as close as he can. Back to you.
He is indeed, DA. Thank you. We've got a primetime interconference rivalry. Greg, what do you expect to see here tonight?
Could be a feeling out process early, but I do think once the teams get going, expect it to be physical and contentious.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. We've got Ball, Hayward out there with Wallace. Then it's Curry, and it's Okafor in at the 5. And for New Orleans, Zion Williamson is out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's Bledsoe, then it's Chris Paul, and it's Mashburn in at small forward. Now Paul. Bledsoe outside. Pass to Davis. Over Okafor. The shot misses. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. To the middle. Here's Hayward. The shot off that time. Good D by Williamson. Shot from the top of the key, and that one's good. Mashburn. Mashburn's got the opening basket of the game for the Pelicans.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Wallace kicks to Ball. Pass to Okafor. Curry with it. Outside, Ball. Shot clock at 3. It's good from long range.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Paul. He's coming off a 34-point game against the Raptors in Toronto.
And he showed again why he is such a sensational playmaker. Some of the plays he made were just remarkable.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now, here's Ball. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Ball against Ball. Williamson. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Williamson's got his second basket. Ball feeling it out a bit. On the top of the key. And it's Williamson with the rebound. For New Orleans, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game.
And Williamson's parents, both college athletes themselves, were a guiding force in helping him grow his game.
When you're talking about growing his game, Greg, at an early age, Zion told his mom he wanted to be the #1 player in college basketball. As a 5-year-old, he played on an AAU team for 9-year-olds. By age 9, he was waking up for 5 a.m. workouts. That's the kind of commitment it takes to succeed, even that early.
From the arc, nailed from three-point land. Bledsoe's got 5 points so far.
Drawing attention from the defense. Zion knows there's probably someone else open. He understands the game.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. Greg, last year, Williamson entered the NBA as one of the most well-known rookies since LeBron James.
Already had millions of followers on social media, global name recognition. He has an above-the-rim game that produces the kinds of highlights that people want to see. check now of the stats for Bledsoe. A very nice season for him last year. Averaged 15 points a game, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. And to have a knockdown shooter like that coming off the bench, a great asset for any coach.
For sure, things can get stagnant without that spark plug. He always seems to supply points for them in bunches.
Here's Hayward. Williamson with the block.
The timing and reach on display. Zion is unreal at coming up with rejection.
Here's Paul. It's good from the top of the key.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Ball up top, defended by Paul. And Curry has it in the corner. Pass to Hayward. 5 on the clock. Knocked away. Here's Ball. And the Hornets miss again.
And all quarter long, it's been the same story. Inconsistent with his offense.
Kicks it out to Paul. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Ball, the bounce pass. That one goes. Count it.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
And early on, if you're him, you just want to see the ball go through the net and get into some kind of rhythm.
Now here's Paul. The pass to Bledsoe. And it's good, 2 points.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And here is Ball. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Pass to Curry. Charlotte moving it around. Hayward with the ball. He's picked up by Paul. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Chris Paul picks up that one.
Gordon Hayward is really clever in how he gets contact on his shots. Really using his long arms well to create the foul.
Free throw good from Hayward. And for teams already exceeding expectations, Frank, their spirits are running sky high right now.
Kev, it's always a great feeling to come out strong, but it is hard to maintain that consistency.
Yeah,
the
agreed.
teams that do, you know, they believe in themselves and they keep playing to their strengths.
Why is consistency so hard?
You know, because you're not playing against yourself. And we're human. And Kevin, as great as you are as a broadcaster, you probably have had some days where you didn't feel as good as you did other days. And that's no different for a guy competing at this level.
My friend, that's every day. Every day you don't feel good about it. But you grind, right? You just try to keep grinding.
Got to do it.
And here is Ball, following the three from Chris Paul. It's Curry outside. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Yeah, and when you're hit, you got to hit back.
And you know he was going to try to respond. Those threes canceling each other out perfectly.
Count it. Paul's got 9. And the Hornets call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated. stat sheet here on Chris Paul. Coming off a terrific season. 4th in free throw percentage, 15th in steals, and he also finished in the top 20 of the assist rankings, making plays for others and making his teammates better.
And yeah, he was money from the charity stripe. Only a handful of players shot a better percentage last season. Tremendous asset. Okafor finds Hayward. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Gordon Hayward has filled out that frame and a powerful finish through contact.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And last season, 86% from the line. So he's always had that calm presence at the line, no matter the situation.
Free throw good from Hayward.
Well, with both parents being 5'10", Hayward was encouraged to develop his backcourt skills. Then he had the growth spurt.
Paul with the ball. Now guarded by Ball. It's good. Paul's got 11 points.
He's been a big factor in their offense tonight, making shot after shot.
Paul against Ball. Hayward goes in and misses it off the right side of the rim.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Pass to Davis. Paul with the ball. He's got 11, and they double up Paul. It's Davis on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
Passes it to Ball. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And last season, we saw the NBA All-Star Game introduce the Elam ending, a target score, Greg, to end the game, and instead of running out the clock. Did you like that, and would you widen its use?
No question it's being looked at maybe for overtimes or tournament games. You know, Adam not shy about exploring new ideas. And I got to be honest, going into the All-Star game, I wasn't a fan of the proposed changes.
Me too.
But once you saw it all play out, I have to say I was entertained. And I applaud the commissioner and the players in the league for buying in. And I think the fan experience was made all the more better.
Good point. Catching up on the changes for Charlotte. Zeller, he's checked in for Okafor. B.J. Washington comes in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Bogues in for Curry. Ball hits them both. Now here's Paul. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Now here's Zeller. Over to the left wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Ball, the pass to Zeller. And the dunk by Zeller.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. The shot's good from Paul.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now here's Bogues. There's the pass to Washington. Rest with some nice D.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Connects from 3-point range.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
Now here's Ball. He's got 5. Back to Washington. Now Bogues. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Pelicans. It's a 14-point game. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
Point blank, this is a bad combination. If you're looking to get stops, that's not the way.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Paul for three. The Hornets pull it in. Inside, Bogues. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 4 assists in the game.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Proving once again that when you attack with confidence, good things tend to happen.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Pass to Washington. And no good that time. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. Greg, maybe not the tallest big in the league, but Washington's reach is the great equalizer.
Stands only 6'7", but that 7'2" wingspan, it allows him to play big, snatch rebounds in traffic, and make contested shots in the paint. I think the young fella's got a bright future.
So it's the Hornets now. The Pelicans make their last shot. Davis down low. Washington's on him and finished off by Davis.
Beating everyone to the board, using his length, his skill set, the big fella AD, getting it done.
1:52 left here in the first quarter. And now the Pelicans on the break. All going up court. Shots good by Bledsoe.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
This is my type of approach. Get some high percentage looks. Then later, you can play inside out.
And the basket is good. Bogues has got his second bucket tonight.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
And Ingram just made a great all-around progress last season. But the one thing that really stood out, the improvement he made from the free throw line.
It was a big leap and an important one. Reason why? Because he was his team's guy that they depended on at the end of games. And we saw him close out a number of those games at the charity stripe.
Adams, he's checked in for New Orleans. Lonzo Ball comes in for Chris Paul. The Hornets also changing it up. Malik Monk comes in for Gerald Wallace. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Ball. Now here's Bledsoe. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Raptors in Toronto.
Yeah, and I look at his total effect on the scoring, both as a passer and a shooter. Incredibly productive.
Now Rozier, after Steven Adams missed from long range. And it's Rozier missing.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Ball with it. Washington's on him. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Rozier for three. Here's Zeller. And he uses the glass on the layup. Zeller's got his third basket of the night.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Adams, the pass to Bledsoe. And the jam by Bledsoe.
That's how you set the table and everybody gets to eat.
Hornets trail by 18. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Rozier. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. From deep. That shot off.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
And so it's New Orleans holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. And we'll be back with you shortly. Glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a comfortable margin for the Pelicans here, guys.
Well, you have to love what they've done offensively after that first period.
Crushing it, absolutely crushing it. Shooting lights out, building a big lead here early on.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Washington and Zeller are in the middle. Terry Rozier is out there with Bogues, and it's Monk in at the 3 slot. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement. And there are a number of things that make Ingram a dominant force. But what really jumps out at you the moment you see him, the length. Few wings in league history have had a 7'3" wingspan.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Ingram. And Greg, you combine Ingram's length with his emerging skill set. He has got a long career ahead of him in the NBA.
I mean, he certainly has the tools. What we need to see now is the consistency year in and year out. It's one thing to reach that star status. It's another to become one of the true superstars in our league. And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Lonzo Ball has steadily improved his three-point shooting. He had to rework his form, moving his windup over to the right side of his body. He said, now my shot is more consistent. We just take it step by step. I'm going to keep...
With some big personalities, talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things.
Shoot two.
Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice.
The key player involved in the Anthony Davis trade, Brandon Ingram, was considered a cornerstone for the Lakers. But things change fast in this league.
Williamson is checked in for West. And then for Charlotte, Okafor is checked in for Cody Zeller. Hayward comes in for P.J. Washington. And Curry subbed in for Bogues. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Rozier with the ball. 5 points in the game. Hayward outside. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Steven Adams picks one up.
Love to see Gordon Hayward shake things up and get busy down inside. The defense really doesn't know what to do when he's down there other than hacking.
Free throw drops for Hayward. Hayward hits them both. New Orleans leading by 18. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Ball against Rozier. And Okafor with the block. Passes to Rozier. Five to shoot. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. The shot by Monk is no good.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Okafor with the steal. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
There's a quiet confidence that Monk seems to play with. You can see he just feels like nobody can guard it. Kid just plays with an edge.
Free throw drops for Monk.
And part of yet another great Kentucky recruiting class, Monk declared along with De'Aaron Fox, Bam Adebayo, 2 other 5 stars. I mean, talk about an NBA factory. That school is always competitive.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And Monk made second-team All-American in his only year with the Wildcats, looking unstoppable on many occasions.
I mean, he just overwhelmed college opponents with his athleticism. But you get to the NBA, you find out how many great athletes are in this league. That's when you have to retool aspects of your game, which is what Monk is in the process of doing.
Williamson kicks the ball. Back to Williamson. Over Rozier. And it's Williamson missing. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Hornets. They trail by 16, but he gets it back.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Now the pass to Mashburn. Back to Ball. Floats it up for Williamson.
The floor awareness of ball, excels at getting the ball to his uncovered teammates.
Hornets trail by 18. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played, Hayward from outside. And there's the call on Curry. That is his first foul of the game. New Orleans leading by 18. Pass to Adams. Back to Ball. And Okafor with the block. Oh, and here comes Curry all alone. Williamson with the block. And he gets it back. Curry can't get it to go. New Orleans has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Here's Mashburn. Handed by Hayward. Mashburn no good. Hornets trail by 18. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
They swipe it. And now the Pelicans on the break. Hart kicks to Adams. And that one, good. Adams has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
It's such an advantage when you can get out and run and get a good look before the defense can set up.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Now, here's Rozier. He has 5. Offensive rebound. Tries yet again. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. Second, the Pelicans.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
And he makes the first. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. Here's Mashburn. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
The Pelicans have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. Ball's checked in for Terry Rozier.
One shot.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Hornets trail by 21. Outside, Ball. Outside, Curry. From outside the arc. Pelicans with the rebound. Williamson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Some nice passing here by New Orleans.